Hello students, our next topic is rules for nomenclature of alicyclic compounds. We studied in the classification what is alicyclic compounds. Okay, so alicyclic compounds are named as the corresponding open chain hydrocarbons. Means what? Now suppose this is our propane CH3 CH2 CH3 1 2 3 CH3 CH2 CH3. So this is our propane. When we want cyclic compound is this propane, then it is CH2 CH2 CH2. One H from this end and one H from this end we have to remove, and we have to make a cycle like this, and this is called as cyclopropane. This is called as cyclopropane. Bond line formula of the cyclopropane is just triangle. This is triangle. This is bond line formula. Okay, bond line formula. In bond line formula we are not mentioning carbon as well as hydrogens, just at the junction, that is the C, and we assume that there are the hydrogens, like these junctions are the C. This is our triangle, and which is called as cyclopropane. If it is cyclobutane, then it is like this: CH2 CH2, then here it is CH2, here it is CH2, and they are linked to each other. So we can write just simple square in bond line formula, and this is our cyclobutane. This is our cyclobutane. If the structure is like this, a pentane and with double bond, then this is called cyclopentene. This is called cyclopentene. Double bond means this is alkene, which is cyclic compound. So this is cyclopentene. When it is cyclohexane, then just hexagon like this. This is cyclohexane. Okay. Now, next rule. If there is only one substituent, this is very important, only one substituent, then numbering of the carbon atoms on the ring is not required. Is not required. In IUPAC nomenclature, we studied in the common name like in a straight chain compounds that we have to give numbering. But now when there is just only one substituent like this, this is our cyclohexane, and from here one of the H is replaced by CH3. So this is only one substituent there, then not necessary to mention the number, only you have to write just like the previous rules. You have to write substituent first and then the parent hydrocarbon. So this is our methyl cyclohexane. This is methyl group. So this is methyl, and this is our cyclohexane, methyl cyclohexane. Now this is just like this, this is cyclopentene, this is cyclopentene, and on this cyclopentene there is ethyl group, that is C2H5, which we represent, C2H5 represent ethyl, C2H5 represent ethyl. So the total name, whole name of this compound is ethyl cyclopentene, ethyl cyclopentene. Now next rule, if there are two or more substituents, same rule as that open chain compound we have to apply. Means what? Suppose here it is ethyl substituent and the methyl substituent. In our open chain compounds, we arrange them in alphabetical order. Do you know that rule? Yes, you studied that thing. We have to arrange in alphabetical order, and according to alphabetical order we have to give numbering. So the substituent which comes first, suppose here is ethyl comes first because E comes first than M, this is methyl, then we have to start numbering from this substituent. So we start numbering from here. So this is 1, 2, then this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and this is the 6th carbon. So the name is now alphabetical order, we have to give priority to that, preference to that. So this starts with the number 1. So this is 1 ethyl, then from this way clockwise direction, methyl comes on the 3rd position. So this is 3 methyl, and the total structure is cyclohexane. Okay, we are not going to give numbering in this way anti-clockwise, as if you are going to start it anti-clockwise, it will come on 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The set of locant is now the 1 and 5. So anti-clockwise is wrong, clockwise is correct numbering, and so this is 1 ethyl 3 methyl cyclohexane. Now see this priority. This is methyl group while this one is propyl group. Okay. So M comes first, then P. That's why here now to methyl group we number as 1, then this one is second, then this one is third. So the name of this compound is 1-methyl. This is our methyl group. So this is 1-methyl. At the third carbon there is a propyl group. So this is 3-propyl, and then this one is cyclohexane. Then this one is cyclohexane. But now just like open chain compound, if it is same group is substituted over there, then we have to apply di. If there are 2 then di, if there are 3 then tri, the same substituents, same substituent. This is methyl. But something different than this is that the highly substituted carbon we have to number as 1. This is different than the previous one. You have to remember this thing. Highly substituted now is 1, not the alphabetical order. We are going to write the name in alphabetical order, but numbering is like that. The number 1 gives to the highly substituted carbon and not to the alphabetical order substituent. See here. Here we start numbering from the ethyl group, because in alphabetical order E comes first than M. But when it is highly substituted, then only difference is that to that highly substituted carbon you have to give number 1, and then according to the numbering, but you have to arrange them in alphabetical order only. Getting this point? See, here are 2 methyl groups. So this is 1-dimethyl. Okay, this is 1,1-dimethyl. So this is 1,1-dimethyl substituent. But alphabetically ethyl we have to write first, and this ethyl is on number 3 carbon number 3 where ethyl group is attached. So I write over here like this: 3-ethyl, 1-dimethyl, and this is cyclohexane. So ending with cyclohexane. Getting this point? Remember this very well. Okay, alphabetical order is the same like a open chain compound. You have to give preference which comes first in alphabetical order. So here it is number 1 to the ethyl group. As in comparing between methyl and propyl, methyl will have number 1, but when it is highly substituted, then you have to give number 1 to highly substituted position, but only writing is in alphabetical order, and whatever the number it will come you have to write over here. So this is ethyl group is on the third carbon, so 3-ethyl, while this highly substituted we have to start from here. So this is number 1. So this is 1,1-dimethyl cyclohexane. Next rule in this alicyclic compounds is that if alkyl group contain greater number of carbon atoms than the ring, okay, the compound is named as derivative of alkane. Ring is treated as substituent. Okay, so see, this is ring, okay, but how many carbon atoms in the ring? 1, 2, 3. So this is cyclopropane ring. But now this chain or this alkyl groups is greater number than the cyclopropane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if you start from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the chain is of the 5 carbons while the cyclic compound is of the 3, and that's why alkyl group contain greater number of carbon atoms than the ring. The compound is named as derivative of alkane. So this is alkane, pentane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here it is we treated this cyclic compound as a substituent, and that's why we write here cyclopropyl. This is cyclopropyl and it is on number 3 carbon in a chain. So, this is position is 3. So, this is cyclopropyl pentane. Okay, this is the correct name, cyclopropyl pentane. This is not pentyl cyclopropane. This is not pentyl cyclopropane. Why? Because this is number of 5 carbon chain while this cyclic compound is only 3. Okay, and that's why the compound is named as derivative of alkane. Which alkane here? Here alkane is pentane. Now see another example. This is the cyclic substituent and this is the chain of the 6 carbons. Okay, these 6 carbons are more than these 4. That's why this is the derivative of hexane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 derivative of hexane, and here it is the cyclic butane ring. So, it is substituent. So, this is cyclobutyl and it is attached to the number 1 carbon. So, this is 1 cyclobutyl hexane. 1 cyclobutyl hexane. Next, that is rules for the IUPAC nomenclature of organic compounds having functional groups. Having functional groups, short form is FG. We studied all type of functional groups in classification. Okay, now with reference to that functional group series, we are going to see the nomenclature, IUPAC nomenclature system for the organic compounds which are having functional groups. The first rule is that the functional group in the molecule is first identified. You have to identify which functional group is present and accordingly appropriate to that functional group, you have to write in the form of suffix or in the form of prefix. Means before the name, that is the suffix, after the name it is prefix. Okay. So, and for that we have to see the table in our textbook. See here. When there is carboxy group, COOH group, then while writing IUPAC name, suppose there are 4 carbons in a compound, then the parent hydrocarbon is butane, but when we are writing IUPAC name of that acid, then this E is replaced by OIC and so that will become butanoic acid. That is butanoic acid. Remember this thing very well. Okay. So, this is prefix butane and then OIC. E is replaced by OIC. So, this is the prefix. Butane, E is replaced by OIC. So, this is the suffix butanoic acid. If COR, then A is changing to OAT, that is ester, acetate, propionate, ATE ending with OATE. Then COCl, then this is oil chloride. If CONH2, then that is amide. If CN, then that is nitrile. When CHO, that is the aldehyde group, from that aldehyde we take only AL, E is replaced by AL. CO, that is the oxy group, then that is the ketone. This is the CO group. See, this is the CO functional group, which is the functional group of the ketone, and from that ketone ONE we replace to E. Okay. This is just example I am giving here of the butane. Any type of hydrocarbon may be there. Okay, that E is replaced by ONE. So, ending with ONE. If there is alcoholic group, OH, alcohol. Then now here we prefer to write OL. Okay, this is IUPAC rule. This E is replaced by OL. If there is butanol or butane alcohol, then you can say butanol. Then if there is an amino group, that is NH2, then we have to ending with amine. We have to ending with amine. Okay, so for CH3CH2, CH3NH2, then this is methyl amine. This is methyl amine. But few functional groups like nitro group, we have to write down as a prefix, not at the end. We have to start with this name, that is the nitromethane. If it is like this, CH3NO2, then we have to call this as nitromethane. Means we have to write nitro as a prefix and then we have to say this is the methane. So the name of this compound is nitromethane. Nitromethane. If there are halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, then again we have to say as a prefix fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo. Means suppose this is CH3Cl, then this is our chloromethane. So chloro we preferred as a prefix, chloromethane. Then there is OR groups like OCH3 or OC2H5, that is the ether link, ROR, this ether link, ROR, this is our ether, okay, ROR. Then we have to write alkoxy, we have to write alkoxy, and then whatever the parent hydrocarbon, that is methane, ethane, propane, whatever there, alkoxy means if the CH3O, then that is a methoxy. If it is C2H5O, then that is ethoxy. Okay. So with this previous knowledge, now we can see the rules. Here again you have to select the longest continuous chain of carbon atoms, this longest continuous chain of carbon atoms having functional group. This is very important, having functional group. Okay, so if the functional group is not on that chain, then you should not select, though it is longest one. You have to select the chain which has functional group. This is important. Okay, now see the example. Here it is a chain of 1, 2, 3, 4, but this fourth one is the functional group COH. So you have to select this chain along with this COH, and you have to number from that functional group as 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. But when there is just one functional group and it is included in the chain, you should not mention this number. You should not mention this number. Only simply write butanoic acid. Means as this is parent hydrocarbon is butane, this E is replaced by OIC. This E is replaced by OIC, and then we wrote over here acid. So this is butanoic acid. Similarly, if the compound is like this is a cyanide group. For the cyanide in IUPAC nomenclature, we have to mention as nitrile. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3. So this is the derivative of the propane, and here it is the nitrile group is present. So this is propane nitrile. See, in the name we are counting this C. In the name we are counting this C. You have to remember this very well. When there is a functional group with C, you have to count it in the name. Remember this. When there is a C in the functional group, like CHO, C double bond O dash dash, COH, COR, or C triple bond N, like that, then you have to count in the names, that is propane nitrile. Now the longest carbon chain is numbered from that end which is nearest to the functional group. This we studied before also, which is nearest to the functional group. Now this is the functional group. Okay, what is this functional group? C double bond O dash dash C double bond. So this is nothing but functional group of the ketone. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you start from here, then it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which is the right way of numbering? Right way of numbering from the left end, not from the right end, because from the right end it will come on 4, while the left end it is coming on 2, and that's why now name is pentane 2-ONE, means our parent hydrocarbon is pentane, and this E, now this E is replaced by ONE, and before that we mention here number, means on which carbon this C double bond O group is present, ketonic group is present. So number is here 2 and ending with ONE. This E is replaced by ONE. But if there is a nitro, then this nitro we have to use as a prefix. Okay. So now here 1, 2, 3. So prefix nitro we mention here, which is on number carbon 1, attached to carbon 1. So here we numbered as 1. So this is 1 nitropropane, 1, 2, 3. 1 nitropropane, 1 nitropropane. Next rule. In case of polyfunctional compounds, one of the functional group is chosen as the principal functional group of the compound and named on that basis. If there are 2 or more than 1 functional groups, then you have to first select which is the principal functional group, and to select the principal functional group, here in our textbook order is given, and more oxidized groups tend to be the higher priority. Based upon that priority, we have to select which is the principal functional group. You have to memorize this. First one is dash COH, is having higher priority than SO3H. It is having higher property than dash COR. It is having higher property than COCl, then CONH2, then CN, then aldehyde group CHO, ketonic groups dash C double bond O dash, then hydroxy group, then amine group, then alkene, and then alkyne, and then alkyne. Okay. Now see the example over here. This is C double bond O and this is OH. What is the priority? This is C double bond O and this is hydroxy group. So which is the principal functional group? Because this is having higher priority than this, so we have to naming with dash C double bond O, means the ketonic group, and this is our secondary functional group. So now see the example. CH3 CHOH C double bond O CH2 CH3. Here the principal functional group is the ketone. This principal functional group is the ketone, which is located at C3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 5 carbon chain. The OH group, the hydroxyl substitute as C2. Okay, from both the way this functional group is on number 3, so that does not make any difference. But now for the second functional group, we have to give lowest possible number. So if you are going to numbering from this way, it will come on number 2. If you are going to numbering in this way, then it will come on 4. So we are not going to select numbering from this way, we are going to select the numbering from this way, and therefore the IUPAC name is, for OH we have to write hydroxy, then this is the pentane, and now that E is replaced by ONE, pentane. This E is replaced by ONE and this ONE is on the third carbon. So the name of the compound is 3-hydroxy pentane 3,1. Next we will see two functional groups different. This is COH and NH2. Now see, now COH is having highest priority than this NH2. So the principal functional group is COH. So this is the derivative of the acid, carboxylic acid. How many carbons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is butanoic acid, and now this NH2 we have to mention as amino group. This is mentioned as amino group. Okay, here it is amino group, and that's why this is on number 3. Therefore, this is 3-amino-butanoic acid. 3-amino-butanoic acid. Now, if there are two functional groups present, same, just like in chain compounds, like aliphatic compounds, we say like dimethyl, trimethyl or diethyl, just like that. Functional groups also we can mention by di. These are two, so this is di. This is hydroxy group, and so this is nothing but alcohol. So, ending with OL, so here it is ending with OL, diol. So, this is 1, 2, 3 propane, 1 and 2 carbon, 1 and 2 carbon. So, this is diol, 1, 2, 3. So, this is 1, 2 diol. Then see one more example. This is a multiple functional group, that is the same functional group, that is double bond, double bond. So, we are mentioning here diene, that is alkene. 1, 2, 3, 4 butane, number 1, 2, 3, 4. So, this is 1, 3 diene, 1, 3 diene. Then when there is a ether link like this, ROR dash, then higher alkyl group you have to treat as a alkane. So, this is the higher than this one. So, we treat this as a alkane, and now this group we mention as methoxy, methyl group with oxygen. So, this is methoxy ethane. Suppose the compound is like this, CH3, CH2, O, CH2, CH3. Both R and R dash are same. The name of this compound will be then ethoxy ethane. Ethoxy ethane. Both are same, so that doesn't make any difference. So, ethoxy ethane. But when there is one small and one big, then big should be treated as a parent hydrocarbon, and this is as a substituent. So, this is methoxy ethane. Now, see, we will see more complicated structure. Here it is the hydroxy group, and now here are the substituents. How to write these substituents? You have to first write substituents and then the name of this functional group hydrocarbon. Okay, functional group. Okay, so now this is 1, 2, 3, 3 substituents are there, and this is the derivative of alcohol because functional group is OH. Priority to give this functional group first. So, the name of this compound is alcohol. When alcohol we are writing in IUPAC, we are ending with OL. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a chain. So, this is the derivative of pentane. So, E is replaced by OL. On the second carbon this OH group is present. So, we are mentioning here number 2, and then we are writing these 3 substituents which are equal. So, we mention as tri. And this substituent is methyl. So, by mentioning number, this is the third carbon. On the fourth carbon there are 2. So, this is 3,4,4 trimethyl pentane dash 2 dash OL. And this is all for IUPAC nomenclature system from the basic principles of organic chemistry. Remaining alkene and aromatic we are going to study when that chapter we are going to study in the classroom. Okay. So, this is all for today. Thank you very much.